In another devastating example of the resurgence of COVID-19, a Florida woman says that she lost her mother, her fiance, and her grandmother to the virus, all in the past week.
I had to skip going to my Mima's funeral yesterday so I could get to the hospital to say goodbye to my mama. I feel lost. I feel so lost. I don't know what to think or how to feel right now. I want my loved ones back. They're the ones that always got me through the hard times in my life. And now they're all gone.
That was Tiffany Devereaux. Her life was turned upside down this week after she and her family became infected. Her 85-year-old grandmother was the only one who was vaccinated. Devereaux says her mother and her fiance's dying wish was for her to get the vaccine. And in Florida, the new numbers from the state's Department of Health show a 50% jump in cases over the last week. More than 110,000 new cases reported. The average of new people now partially vaccinated, though, is ticking up again. But the state is still shy of having half of its residents fully vaccinated. Yet in the face of those numbers, this is the message from the state's governor, Ron DeSantis.
There will be no restrictions and no mandates in the state of Florida. Floridians have been, are, and will remain free to choose what's best for themselves and their families, and we will protect their right to work, we'll protect the right of businesses to operate, and we will protect the right of our kids to attend school in person.
Well, nearly every county in Florida right now is considered by the CDC to have a high level of community transmission. That's the red on this map, and it includes Miami-Dade County. The mayor of Miami Beach, Dan Gelber, joins us now. Mayor, thank you for being here. So tell me, you heard your governor there. Where do you currently stand on mandating masks and also on mandating vaccinations for your city employees? I know this is something that you've been considering.
Well, we're not allowed to have mask mandates right now. We were one of the first cities to require it. We charged a fine just to get people to do it, and the governor stopped allowing us to do it. And then immediately we saw a surge across our county and state when he did that. So we're in a very tough throes. Today was the statewide. We had 21,000 infections. That's the most in a single day since the entirety of the pandemic. We are trying to do everything we can to get around the governor's very wrong-headed desires. If we're trying to get all of our guys vaccinated. If they don't, I think we're going to probably have to require that they get tested every week, sort of encourage them. We're paying people money to get vaccinated. Governor has made it as difficult as possible to make people safe.
So tell me about that frustration. And you mentioned the surge in these cases. We just showed the 7-day average. It's really staggering. I mean, what kind of level of communication do you have with his office? Are you able to plead with him to try and give you a little bit of flexibility to make these decisions on a local level? Generally, Republicans believe in local control on things like this. What kind of guidance are you getting from his office?
Well, interesting. The local Republican mayors, I think, are all on the side that I'm on, which is they want to save the lives of their residents. I sent him a letter the other day asking him to do 3 or 4 things that I thought were important. He's not responding. Look, this governor has become a champion for people who don't want to wear masks and don't want to follow the CDC. That's who he is feeding dogma and ideology to. He should be screaming for people to get vaccinated. He should be urging them to wear masks. He creates a false choice that if you wear a mask, it's going to shutter the economy. Of course, that's not true, but it feels like he's doing everything he can to make it harder, and we'll do everything we can in spite of him to try to help our residents.
All right, so what can you do? What's your plan B? If you can't take the measures that you'd like to take, what can you do to keep your residents safe? And do you feel confident that you're going to be able to do that without, with this inability to take the action that you'd like to take because of the rules at the state level?
We're going to do everything we can. I mean, the problem is he's really hamstrung us. That said, I had a meeting with the business community the other day. I know other mayors are doing the same thing, urging them to do everything they can to create a safe environment, requiring masks in their businesses, urging some kind of incentive program for vaccines, having them require their employees to be vaccinated. you know, the truth is I'm the mayor of a hospitality town. I think most people coming here would rather be in a place that they feel safer than a place that they feel like they may be getting, you know, the virus. So for me, I think it's a smart thing to do. And he just seems to be doing everything. He's like the Pied Piper, just leading everybody off a cliff right now by letting them know that they don't have to like the CDC, they don't have to wear masks, and they can do whatever they want. When we're in the midst of a enormous pandemic, and Florida, by wide margins, is easily the worst state in the country in hospitalizations, in deaths, in positivities, in percentages. Florida is leading the nation right now in all of the worst data points.
I mean, expand on that in terms of your concerns about tourism. What message does it send to the Visit Florida campaign if the stories are that the widest spread of COVID is in your state? That must be very difficult when you're trying to lure people there to spend money on a vacation.
Yeah, listen, I've had pretty good clarity about this from the beginning. I love our hospitality industry, but we have to provide a safe environment for them. And by the way, they've been great partners. I think many of them probably wish the governor created some mandates for mask usage. I think it would make people feel safer. I think Universal or Disney just did it. A lot of places are doing it because it's good for business. The governor is just trying to curry favor with a group of supporters that like to hear this red meat ideology. He should be focused on delivering really what it would be good advice. And he could save thousands of people if he did that, because the people most likely to avoid wearing a mask and not want to get a vaccine are probably people who are among his most ardent supporters.
Okay, Mayor Dan Gelbart from Miami Beach, thank you so much for being here, Mayor. We really appreciate it.